Since their inception, the impact of video games on our society can't be overlooked. While early forays into the media like Pong and Pac-Man may have served as curiosities more than cultural splashes, by the 1980s and 90s, games like Mario Bros., Mortal Kombat, and Grand Theft Auto were having large-scale cultural impacts. But not until the birth of the MMORPG and online gaming did video games have a visceral impact on everyday life. With the explosion of this community-driven genre, throngs of virginal nerds everywhere began disappearing from their public gathering grounds and withdrawing into their disgusting, Cheeto-encrusted dwellings to congeal their lives away, playing such games as World of Warcraft, Overwatch, League of Legends, Fortnite, and of course, the latest craze, the 1991 Sega Genesis masterpiece, Jewel Master. In Jewel Master, players enjoy a side-scrolling, 5-level story mode-driven plot in which they collect different rings and use them in combinations to customize their attacks. Players can put different rings on both the left and right hands. In order to defeat Jardine the Mad Demon Monster, at the end of the game, players have to get all the different rings and use them to make a special blade that is Jardine Demon's only weakness. Jewel Master is an exciting adventure. Don't miss out on the hype. Get your copy of Jewel Master today. Howdy Lab partners. Welcome. Cire and I here this morning. We have given in. If you can't beat them, join them. Yeah. We have realized that we are powerless against Baldur's Gate 3 at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of infected everyone's brain.
So much so, we're just going to jump right in and show our inspiration for today's episode.
Here's our inspiration.
So what you're actually looking at here is some interesting data we have. This data is what is happening in our Discord. And it shows... This is data as the owners of the server that we can collect, and it shows, as you can see, what our people are up to, what you people are up to, and as you can see, it's really not even close.
No, you asked for this.
Yeah, you asked for this. Okay, should we show what we've been up to?
So we Oh, sorry. There we go. So we had a poll in chat for in Discord for our lab mandrels and higher.
We did.
Basically asking what classes Zach and I would be if we were, to play D&D, because that's what Baldur's Gate's based off of.
Right.
And I ended up with Paladin, and you ended up with Bard, so we had to find some models pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So this is what we came up with. So
now, I will say this. And one of us misunderstood the assignment, or one of us is just more open to playing different versions or reimagining themselves. In this case, you can see here, I put this bard together from some cities kits, and I decided that first of all, spear is the coolest weapon. I know sword is more glamorous, and axe is like, oh, I'm tough and I'm a dwarf, or I got a hammer. But spear is just like classic. And then I also was Facebook friends with this guy who was like a sword person in the Bay Area, which is really common in the Bay Area, Cire, And by sword person, I mean like fencing.
Yeah, lots of fencing.
Fencing is super big in the Bay Area. And people get really into like sword culture out here. And then there's this meme that's just like, oh yeah, you just pretty much just win if you have a spear. And apparently throughout history, spears are largely more awesome than swords.
Yeah, because
you just stab somebody sooner.
Yeah, just stab them from far away. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's like an early gun. And so,
man, wait till you hear about pikes.
Yeah. So, I gave myself a spear, and then I was like, you know what? Also, I know bards are music people, and yes, I write music, and I can play instruments, but I really don't too much anymore these days. What I end up doing a lot of is serving food, especially here at the apartment, at the studio. So I decided to be like a food bard, and I gave myself a pot. I'm bringing some food to the folks. There's me. Cire, meanwhile, had that we've learned is identified as a white woman.
A white woman with a Karen haircut.
A white woman.
Anyway.
With a haircut. But the model you picked is amazing.
Yeah, it's
and,
like
you didn't really want to mess with it.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think, right?
it's pretty much canonical paladin look, right? It doesn't get more paladin.
She's a human or a stormcast?
She's a human.
She's a human, so it's kind of perfect.
Yeah.
And what model is this again? It's from Curse City.
It's a Melda Braskov.
Okay.
I think it's her name, from Curse City.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, they just went to Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, said, "What's a paladin look like?" and then made a model.
It's really cool. It is very cool. I've literally never seen this. Actually, can we put it back on?
Yeah. Let's put it back on.
I've literally never seen this model before. I also just want to point out that Cire's gold recipe here is amazing. Like, I absolutely love this gold.
Yeah. So if you watched the pink episode we did, what was that, Wednesday? This is the gold I was talking about and how it came out the pink made it look so much more yellow. Oh, so this is what it actually looks like. Yeah. Without, other colors interfering.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
And like I honestly can't say I blame you. And honestly, when I played D&D as a kid, I had some characters that were like not a normal straight. I say normal because I grew up with all white people in rural Pennsylvania, and that's what I would have said as a kid. But I would play I had like a few female characters and stuff. I'd be like, it'd be funny or fun or interesting to be somebody different, right?
Yeah, it's about playing the characters.
So Cire's a Karen.
Yeah. Listen, if there's gonna be one class that's a Karen, it's Paladin.
Paladin is definitely a Karen. Yeah.
I'd like to speak with your Warlock manager, please.
Yeah, she's the ultimate. I'd like to speak with your manager. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, okay, what we're doing today is pretty straightforward. We're painting these.
Yeah, nothing special besides just painting these cool models.
There's a good chance those of you joining us here have already done this, but if you have not, please do love and subscribe.
Right.
Give this stream a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider. We have a lot of exciting stuff coming out in the near future. Honestly, especially for members. For mandrills. This was actually a mandrill poll. Not sure how exciting it was, but it did put what class we were in the hands of you, lab mandrills. And we have some other cool stuff coming out in September, October?
Yeah, soon.
September, I want to say, for mandrills especially, but also for other members. Great, yeah. Are you know what you're doing?
Yeah, so I'm going to be painting some blue, and then I'm going to be painting this, like,
how is this
eagle head?
Did we check this view?
Oh, no, we didn't check.
It's
also, I thought the show started at 12 today, so...
Oh my god, this is very interesting. This was an interesting thing that happened
2 minutes before the show, we're doing our final minute prep. I'm like, wow, we're like kind of really early.
Yeah, we sometimes do a pre-show shot tradition. And we did it today kind of late. It was like 9:58.
Yeah.
So Holly came in here and we did this. And I think Holly and I had a full understanding that the show was about to start.
I didn't.
You were over here making a segment. And I was doing this passive-aggressive thing where I was like, yeah, we don't need a segment. We've got the video. We've got memes today. We've got interesting inspired by that we went through. I was like, we don't need a segment. And you're like, yeah,
it'll be quick.
And you're like, it'll be quick. I'm like, okay. And it's like 2 minutes. Like, I was just like, I don't know. Maybe you can do it really fast. And then you're over here making it. And then I was like, do you have enough space over here? Because you had all this crap out all over the place. Yeah. I'm fine.
I'll clean it up right before we start.
And then it was like 58.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then you looked up, you're like, we're starting at noon, right? I'm like, no, we're starting at 10. He's like, oh, crap. Oh, no, you're messing with me. And he went back to work and was like,
no.
Wait, are you messing with me? So anyway.
So things aren't as far along as they could have been, but now you just get to see the sausage.
Yeah. So for me, I am actually taking this guy as an opportunity. Yes, I wanted to paint my D&D bard, soup bard, gumbo bard. Probably we're gonna call him Gumbo Zach Bard. But the other thing I wanted to do is I did want to go ahead and so let me tell you where I kit bashed this guy from. I actually don't know where the head is from, but it is a city's head. It might. I think it actually might be one of the free guild general head options. Can you imagine if we put that guy's head on riding a griffin? It's like a idiot cowboy from the Middle Ages riding.
He definitely looks like a prospector.
Yeah.
Is this a bard or is this a miner?
Yeah, exactly. The body is from the Steam Tank Commander.
Right.
So I recently built 2 Steam Tanks, which you will be seeing here on stream not too long.
Yep.
With Cire and I again. And those Steam Tanks are... one of them is a commander, so I use the body. And the other one is closed hatch, not a commander. Mm-hmm. Just a normal Steam Tank, so I did not use the body, so this is that guy. The hand is from a Dark Elf Rider. Because I built Doomfire Warlocks, not Dark Elves, for my Daughters of Cain. And the soup pod is from the Ogres. The Ogres, if you need kitchen-y food, gubbins...
food bits.
Kroot and Ogres are hard to beat. But Kroot tend to just have, like, strung-up racks of ribs. The only thing I'll say that's largely better about the Kroot ones is that they're more human-sized.
Yeah.
Whereas the ogre ones, with the exception of this pot, and there's also a whole chicken. I almost had me carrying a whole chicken, but then I was like, I wouldn't carry a whole chicken in the battle. So here I am carrying soup in the battle.
Well, why not though?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. If I'm going to carry a pot,
why not
I've got my city's base, so I'm using this as an opportunity to practice my Hammer Hall Aquashe paint scheme. I did, by the way, order my. You guys will be happy to hear, everybody, that I did order my pre-order my cities box yesterday.
Oh, good. I'm glad you got something out of that because I couldn't go to the website.
Really?
Yeah. Every time I went, it was saying, "Oh, we have pre-orders going on." So I was like, "Oh, I just need to grab some pictures. Can I just go around this?" Nope.
Oh, really?
And that's why we ended up with no segment today.
Oh my gosh! Was it like it was like too busy?
Well, there was like a queue. It was like a queue. It was like
really?
Yeah. You can't go to the website unless.
When did you go?
This was yesterday morning, I think.
Okay, that's so crazy. I forgot about it. I was sitting here doing work. I'd have been furious. And Meg sent me a message at noon. Here on the West Coast, we were able to start purchasing at 10 a.m.
Right.
And Meg sent me a message at like 12:30. She's like, cities orders are up. I was like, oh shit. That's a curse. I think we're allowed a couple.
Yeah.
Anyway, I that was what happened. So now you know. And I was like, oh, poop. It's probably too late.
Yeah.
And I went, and I was okay. I was able to get one, and I also ordered the. We needed the Seraphon. Box as well.
I was gonna
needed.
Need not want.
Needed the Seraphon box. Yes.
I was gonna like message you, but I was like, oh, he's already on it. He's definitely not gonna forget this.
Yeah. Hey, folks, thanks so much, Soups. Starting off for gifting 5 Hobby Club memberships. Really awesome. Looks like some people were able to get these, which is great.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to get some behind the scenes, well, actually no, that's if you're a higher membership. Yeah, we do have stuff for the low, was it lab rats?
Yeah,
you can go back and watch
lab rat.
The lowly lab rat. You can go back and rewatch these streams if you want.
Yeah.
You can watch Zach curse again on stream many times as you want.
Oh gosh, I've never done it before. I can't believe I did that.
Yeah, I've never cursed actually ever.
Cursing on stream is funny. I remember back at Titans when John, Brett, and I all started around the same time. John and Brett especially were very nervous that they would not be able to not curse on stream, especially John.
It's very funny because John, I don't think I've ever heard John curse ever.
Yeah, John's like, oh, I curse all the time, guys. And we're like, John, no one here has heard you curse.
What
Stop
the heck?
Acting like
you can't say that on stream.
Right, stop acting like you're edgy, John. You don't curse, period. Oh my God, say something in my eye. Meanwhile, Brett was like pretty confident he wouldn't. And then in like one of his last Hobby Titans episodes, he said the F word like pretty early on.
Yes, I remember that.
Okay. Zesticle, meanwhile, says, when can we expect a Hobby Collab Baldur's Gate 3 run? Surely 4 of you have it.
So, I was going to propose this, but anytime I mention Baldur's Gate, there's a look in Zach's eyes that's like... I think he hates Baldur's Gate.
So, I don't, but I just really don't play video games.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Meg left early for her Vegas trip. She's seeing Beyonce tonight. She probably wants you all to know that. And
She wants you to know. And
she wants you to know she's seeing Beyonce tonight in Vegas. And so I honestly spent the day just relaxing and working on some models, going through getting some stuff ready for the what do we call it, the terrain project, upcoming terrain stuff I've got coming on. And I was kind of thinking during that, I was like, yeah, I guess, probably if I played video games, that's probably what I would have done all day yesterday.
Yeah.
And I always probably come off a little bit like righteous, like I don't play video games, they waste time. They don't waste time. They're great. They're relaxing. My guess is there's probably a lot of people that could probably be sufficiently relaxed after 3 hours of Baldur's Gate that instead play 6.5 hours of Baldur's Gate.
Oh, I know that person. It's me.
Yeah, I think that's probably a lot of people who play video games, and that's probably also every now and then a good thing. But I don't know. I tried to get back into them during COVID.
Yeah.
Actually. And I don't know. I get antsy just sitting on the couch.
Yeah, that's fair. That's where you got to play on a computer.
Yeah, and then we always only have Macs.
Oh yeah. So then you can't play it.
Yeah. can't really play any video games.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if we want to set up something on the Discord though, I'd be down. I don't know if Zach will join because of his burning hatred for Baldur's Gate.
I don't... Oh, by the way, when I was a kid, I did play Baldur's Gate 1.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I think I played... I don't think I played Baldur's Gate, but I played Champions of Norath, which is maybe the nerdiest sounding game in existence. I think that's a D&D aligned in-universe game.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that.
Maybe I'm wrong. People let me know. All right, if we did do a D&D... if we did do a... We should do D&D, by the way. If we did do a Baldur's Gate, run through, I got dibs on Warlock and no one else can do it, so...
Warlock.
Yeah.
D&D is interesting. People here have probably heard me talk about D&D before, whine about D&D. I think that's supposed to be cloth. I don't know, whatever. I'm just going with it. Okay. D&D is kind of interesting. I feel like I've brought this up before with people, which is that D&D is super fun. I love it. I played it a lot as a kid, like a lot of D&D as a kid. I lived, like I said earlier in the episode, I grew up in a place that in my immediate town, even though we were on the East Coast, my immediate town, there really wasn't a lot going on. So I grew up right next door to my best friend and his two younger brothers, and so the four of us just played D&D all the time. That was kind of like the main thing that we did. And we were goofy about it too. It was like goofy D&D. But what I will say is when I've played D&D before, I've really liked D&D. So like I kind of get all in on it, and I find that as adults, it's really hard to, it feels like it would be very challenging to find all of the time to do it, right? And I end up with this issue where I'm like, look, I want to play D&D. And then, here are all these people. Okay, we can play twice a month. All right. I guess I can get excited about that. But really...
Listen, if you can manage 2 times a month and not have it be constantly canceled, like, that's kind of a miracle.
Right, exactly. So then there's a lot of problems, like, with that, right? Like, it gets canceled a lot, or people... and I think... I don't know. I don't know who is still really making D&D happen. I have a friend out in Colorado who plays online, which I think is probably, like, a version of what you'd have to do. You'd have to do a little bit online... I think there's a lot of probably cool ways to do it where you're mixing some real life play, maybe with some like play by post a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe to like get through combats or something. I don't know. It seems kind of lame to show up for 5 hours and like over half of it is like a combat with 6 goblins.
Yeah.
So I know they've tried to fix that in the most recent edition.
Yeah, weirdly enough, yeah, combat is kind of like the least interesting part sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like I'd want to like try to get an adventure up to the point where like, cool, we're gonna stop now, but you're in combat, and we're gonna do it like with like dice roller, online dice rollers, playing by post and stuff like that. So Zesticle, I can't promise that any of that is happening with me anytime soon, but certainly, whatever computery things you guys want to do.
Yeah, maybe I'll talk to the mods about it.
Go have fun. Go have fun. For me, I am forever. Oh, you know what? I kind of want this pot to be black, not silver. But I guess I need to. Oh, I'll put silver down first. I kind of. Baldur's Gate. I'll probably sit out on. It's sort of funny though. I did think about it. I was like, what would I need to play up? I don't think it's on Mac. It probably is though, actually, huh?
I don't know. I know it's coming out on like console soon, so it may not even be planned for PC. I don't know. Maybe chat knows.
Wait, what is it right now? PC, right?
It's PC only currently.
Okay, it's not.
It's planned for PS5 soon.
Okay.
Like within a couple weeks.
It's weird to me that they almost still do that, but I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
Man, though, we were looking at that inspired by data a little earlier, which was sort of a joke, right? We're not really inspired by that. We were looking at that, and I was saying how much it's really wrecked Diablo 4.
Oh yeah.
Which is sort of sad for Diablo 4, the Diablo 4 team,
Diablo.
because that's just bad timing. Like, what can they do?
Look, they had their couple months.
Was it a couple months?
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
It's been okay. Yeah, I guess that's true. But Baldur's Gate's been pretty insane. It does happen that is there another rag?
No, you can have this one.
You don't need it?
No.
We'll just
share it.
Put it here. Okay. Yeah, it's sort of crazy to me that how big of a deal Baldur's Gate seems to be.
All right, what I want to know so the people who are playing it, who did you romance? I mean, put it in chat.
Who did you romance? You can romance people?
Yeah, it's like, that game's very horny.
Really?
Yeah. Quite horny.
That's interesting.
I mean, that's D&D, you know?
I guess.
I think D&D's kind of...
I guess
I mean, the whole bard thing, you know?
I guess.
Or is it rogues? I don't know. Which ones are they? Yeah, bards are them.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what that's... People said you were a bard, so I don't know what that says about you. There's the whole...
Yeah.
I'm going to say she's not wearing fingerless gloves, because that would be way less cool.
She's not wearing them?
No, she's wearing full gloves. 'Cause fingerless gloves would look silly.
Fingerless gloves would be a look, for sure. But that's anyway, back to your GW debacle. All right.
Oh yeah.
Debacle is not the right word.
I couldn't get on the site.
That's crazy to me. Anyway, I had no problem getting on the site and getting my cities thing.
Yeah, it said I was in a queue, so we should probably scroll down.
Oh yeah, we should make sure people aren't yelling that we have no audio or something.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Super 80 asks, most deranged D&D character you can come up with, go. Mine's a half-orc bard dressed as a mime that doesn't speak but exclusively plays green sleeves on a ukulele while riding a unicycle. Charisma 9.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's hard. I feel like... Okay, so it'd have to be... a gnome...
Okay.
Barbarian...
Okay.
That... Actually, it just dumps all of the stats, puts it on the strength.
So super yoked gnome.
Yeah, yoked gnome.
Barbarian. I don't think I don't feel like obviously I'm not alone in this, and that's the joke, right? Like I don't know that I've ever seen anyone play a gnome barbarian before.
Yeah.
In general, gnomes were not super popular in my play group of 4.
Yeah.
We're all Pennsylvania kids, but.
Let me guess. Paladin, Ranger, Wizard.
Ranger was super big. We did a lot of Rangers. I mostly did play bards, honestly. I played a lot of bards as a
youngin.
As a youngin. I thought they were cool. Like I liked how they could do like rogue stuff. They could fight a little bit. They got magic. They got cool magic too.
Yeah, they got like weird.
In 3.5 anyway. I don't know about now, but yeah, I always thought bards are pretty cool. Rogues. As far as races, I think almost everything but gnome.
Yeah, those are kind of lame.
Gnomes are like we're not like, I don't know that me or my friends ever played a gnome.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because I feel like a gnome is almost kind of like a joke, you know?
Like a joke class.
It's kind of a joke race.
Yeah.
But like it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
But it kind of is.
Yeah. I think
because like they're even smaller than halflings, right?
Yeah, and then they released and then they they came with like free spells. They could cast like a few spells, and you're like, that's very cool. I'm gonna be an elf instead.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna be a half elf.
I'm gonna be literally anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, they could probably make gnome the most overpowered class and no one ever played or race. Like not good.
That's actually really funny that we keep saying like class and race mixed like that. I don't know if like the thing that got us into D&D. Well, my older brother played, but one of the first things we got was this weird box. Tell me if anybody remembers this box set. It was like it wasn't Hero Quest, so it's not Hero Quest, but it's Hero Quest actually did this too though. Where like there's classes and races, but they're kind of like used intermittently. Like, and anyway, in this box, which I think you were fighting undead. I can't remember. I don't know if it came with miniatures or not, but it was like human, or it was like barbarian, wizard, elf, dwarf. Like the elf and dwarf weren't a class.
Yeah.
They just played as like a race. It was like cool. I'm just an elf.
I can't tell elves apart.
Yeah, I can't.
Racist human.
Yeah. It had like a very human-centric take on it. Where the humans were different classes and stuff, but the dwarf was just a dwarf.
Oh, he's just a dwarf. All dwarfs are the same.
Yeah, I remember that box set. I don't remember what it was, though. It was cool because since I lived right next door to my friend, we would actually, as we got into like 10 to 14 years old, I want to say, we got really good at like talking with each other about what we were going to ask for Christmas. And we'd be like, okay, you ask for this and I'll ask for this.
Right.
And like they had a Super Nintendo, I had a Sega. And we would switch systems. We would trade systems for like a couple weeks every now and then. But yeah, basically we kind of like well, for me, because there's 3 of them, I really made out. But like for them too, like I'd like every now and then my parents would spring on something theirs wouldn't, right? Or something like that the other way around. And I'd suddenly have like this awesome box set of this game we wanted. Yeah. And then we could all play. It doesn't matter really who owned it. Yeah. It's kind of cool. A big thank you to Captain Mannerings. Zach, my Skaven aren't going to be brown. What color should I do for the fur? When are you going to do a Hobby Collab music segment? We need this in our lives.
Oh, yeah, that.
What is a Hobby Collab music segment?
Just a little jam sesh, you know?
A jam sesh?
A little jam sesh. I have not played an instrument since middle school.
What instrument did you play?
I played saxophone.
Saxophone, yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's all. It all kind of adds up.
Alto, or did you get to tenor?
I played tenor and baritone.
Baritone. Oh, were you in jazz?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, okay.
I was in jazz band. I was terrible.
So, well, you were probably okay. I can actually tell you that you probably weren't as bad as you thought you were, because you started on alto as a kid. Yeah. And then what any music teacher will do with something like oboe or bassoon, these are instruments you can't play in 4th, 5th grade. Yeah. Because they're bigger than you. Well, they're also just weird and they're expensive. Like, oboe's not big, but everyone starts on clarinet. Yeah. Right? You start on clarinet or alto sax. And then, so what happens mostly is that most music teachers, what they'll do is they'll look at all, like the 8 kids playing alto saxophone. Yeah. the best kid and maybe the best two kids they'll make you keep playing alto saxophone.
Yeah.
Because the way any of these groups work is that those two kids are probably carrying 90% of the...
Yeah.
But they'll take the third best kid usually and they'll be like, you're going to actually now go play this instrument. That's like pretty normal. So
I was probably third best.
You were probably groomed basically to be a tenor saxophone player because you were like up there, but not quite one of the best. Yeah.
That's fair.
That's usually what happens if inside our American music school.
See, this is why we need to have
information.
This is why we need to have one of these hobby collab sessions. We're getting the behind the scenes knowledge.
Oh, you know, my rag was on my leg the whole time.
Oh.
And I felt this weird thing. I was like, my pants feel weird today. And then I remember I was wearing shorts, and I was like, my shorts feel weird today. And then,
feel weird.
And then I moved my leg, and something fell, and I was like, oh, that's my rag.
Yeah.
So thank you for the use of the rag, but
yeah,
I no longer need it. And now it's actually just in my way, so if you can move it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. All right.
Sorry. Bryce Kingman says. Sorry. Oh, go ahead.
Oh wait, Skaven.
Yeah, Skaven first.
Skaven. I think gray, right? Like, and I know that's like, oh, okay. Well, if rats aren't brown, they're gray. Gray, black, and white are all options. Anything's an option. But what I will say about rat fur is, and I was actually going to talk about this when I talk about painting this guy's face and hair, because my hair is an annoying color that's sort of like a few different colors, which is actually how a lot of fur is, right? And hair. So it's hard to look and be like, because rat fur is kind of like gray and brown, and literally the color Skaven Blight Dinge is like a brownish gray, right? So I do love that Skaven Blight Dinge color. It seems like people don't paint gray Skaven very often. They usually do brown.
They usually do brown. Although I mean, there's like some lore behind it, isn't there? So like, yeah. See, now I'm getting weird lore stuff. Anyway, so I think brown Skaven were like the common Skaven, right?
Oh, okay.
Black were what are they called? The elite. What were the elites of the Skaven called? The Skaven slaves. Someone let me know. I know that the black rats were like chosen to be like special warriors. And then I think white were also special, and that they were like made mages, or maybe like they were like elevated.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was like a whole like caste based on color, you know, because there's Skaven are terrible. Mm-hmm. They had like a whole caste based on what color fur you had.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know a lot of this older lore.
Yeah. Anyway, not gonna be brown. What color should I do the fur? I mean, I kind of like a bunch of black rats.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
With like red eyes.
Yeah. Or white, like albino rats would be pretty cool. Like a bunch of albino rats.
Albino rats would be cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I commend you though, Captain Mannerings, for not doing brown. It's cool. Like Bryce's are brown and they're super cool. But it's nice to see some different color changes. My skin, so I'm painting my own skin here now too. My skin is also annoying, and that it is simultaneously olivey sometimes, and in some ways, and then I guess they could say ruddy in other ways.
Yeah.
Because I'm Italian and Northern Europe, so you'd think they would cancel each other out, but instead they're just annoying. So I'm going to put down some olive here for my base coat and then go from there. I've never really done this before.
Yeah, so speaking of which, we are going to have a skin episode.
Yes.
Soon. We can't say much more than that because we don't have the models on hand. But
well, yeah, we can't.
Soon we will be doing a skin episode.
Yeah, and we're pretty excited about that,
actually. And this was not a super chat, but Bryce Kingman says, Cire, last week I dropped over $900 on a new GPU, so let's totally get some BG3 games in. Yeah, let's talk. Yeah, let's do it. I'd be down to, I don't know. We can set it up with the mods. I know Soups plays. Bryce, we can get our little party going.
Oh, he bought a new computer?
Bryce bought a new GPU, yeah. I mean, I'm totally down. We can get some more people.
Yeah.
Let us know. Join the Discord. Do you have the Discord? Join our Discord.
No.
But we don't have a join our Discord.
We don't have our join our Discord, actually.
Well, you should join our Discord.
Here you go. How about this?
Yeah.
Am I helping?
Send us your mail. We'll send you back a letter with our Discord.
We'll write the link down, and then you can have it.
Yeah.
And then you just take that to the internet.
Yeah.
Which is different than email.
Yes, it is.
And then you
probably don't want to do it at the library.
Oh, well, I guess where else would you do it?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
On your second phone line after dinner?
Yeah. Go to your friend's house, that one friend who has a computer.
Yeah.
Let him know. Say you gotta join the Discord.
I join a Discord? No. Oh my gosh, computers.
John McCardle gifted 20 memberships.
Oh, awesome.
I almost said a different word. Memberships. Thank you so much, John. That really helps us out.
Yeah, that's exciting. We, like I said, that does make these. We put these streams for members only after they air, and you can watch them now.
Yeah.
Thank you, John, and we're excited to see John, and I'm excited to see John in Nova.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
John, what are you doing at Nova? Actually, do we know? Are you playing in the? I don't know. I imagine there's probably a 30K. Are you doing the 40K?
Yeah.
You don't play AOS, do you? He doesn't play AOS.
I don't think he plays AOS.
No, okay.
Should I just leave my skin this green color? It looks
green.
like terrifying, weird zombie. Maybe?
You're half orc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Why did you paint it green?
Because it's like the base skin layer.
Oh,
I'm gonna work up from it. Yeah.
Interesting. I've never thought of that.
Yeah, if you are painting like Mediterranean-y skin, you're supposed to start with like olive,
I see.
This kind of color. So then I'm gonna do some brown. I'll get a little red in there, and then I'll do like flesh color, like my flesh color.
Yeah, Ty says I've seen some new cities models convert to guardsmen. Yeah, as soon as I seen those models, I was like, oh medieval guard.
Yeah, that would be cool. They would be good for that.
Yeah. It's too bad it doesn't go the other way.
Yeah, not
Imperial
really.
Guard.
Not really.
Cities of Sigmar.
Yeah. I just don't know why you would. You might be able to, if you were prepared to shave some stuff off.
Yeah.
You might be able to.
Be some weird.
There's a couple cool cities that are a little more, I don't quite want to say futuristic, but a little bit more. Like, Settlers Gain is...
Dude, those color schemes are super cool.
They're cool. Settlers Gain is the one allied heavily with the Lumineth. Mm-hmm. And then Tempest's Eye is the one allied with the Caradons.
Oh, okay.
So there are a couple that are a little more, like a little less grungy, a little like that maybe you could make some cool. I think you could do it. I think you could.
You could probably get away with it.
Yeah, I'd like to see somebody do it. I'm not gonna do it, but I'd like to see somebody else do it. I have an hourglass on me in this.
Weird.
Bard Zach has an hourglass on him.
Weird.
All right, here we go. Let's keep going with some skin. Gonna be a little weird here.
Okay, started great. I mean, maybe I'm sure you've done this before.
Yeah.
Let me scroll through the chat real quick. I'm waiting for some stuff to dry. So. Yeah, Ty, I agree. Nick says he'll DM. I'm not sure what for.
Baldur.
Oh, jeez, I just scrolled. Oh my gosh.
Does somebody have to play DM? Does somebody have to be the DM?
Storm Vermin, thank you. That's what it was. Sorry.
What are Storm Vermin?
Cire played saxophone? Yes, I did. Listen, we were talking. You're talking about it's probably because I was third best. Mm-hmm. I think it was because I looked like a guy who would play saxophone. I just look like a guy who played baritone saxophone.
Oh, that's why they.
Yeah, they're just like, you know what? Just put him on bari sax. I was a little rounder then, you know. That's kind of what I associate with like old jazz sax players.
Oh my gosh! But then you gave it up in high school.
I think I gave it up in middle school.
In middle school, yeah.
Before I could even, I was like, you know what? I don't like this. This is bad. I'm not good at this.
Yeah, and you have to practice, and then you got to do.
Yeah.
Then you got to be doing that, right?
Yeah, it's like I would rather be playing Baldur's Gate 2 right now.
Another life destroyed by Baldur's
Gate. So much potential lost.
Oh my god. Yeah. Wait. Did we get? Let's see. John. Add us what you're doing. Actually, I am curious. I mean, we'll see you in a few days, but
yeah. See him there.
Yeah. So just a heads up, if you are going to Nova, we posted this in our Discord, but we're doing a little bit of a meetup on Thursday, and I don't know what that's going to mean for me. I'm playing in this invitational. And I keep joking I'm going to get knocked out in the first round, but I think it's possible that I don't. So I don't know when I'll be available, when I'll be around. But I'm excited to see people. And
yeah.
I still don't think I'll last especially long, but we'll see. We'll see. Some people are bringing kind of goofy lists of the invitational.
Yeah.
Other people are bringing... like serious lists, or they're taking their Nova lists, which makes the most sense to me. I can't imagine not living in the area. If you're from outside the area, I can't imagine taking 2 armies.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a... That'd
be crazy. So we'll see what I'm up against. I know Tom Guan, who took second at Old Town Throwdown, is taking the... we're all very annoyed by this list. List's existence is the 240 zombie list.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. I actually kind of think my army can plow through that. I think I might have one of the few armies that can maybe...
Deal with that.
Interact with that, survive with that. Between my speed and just the amount of damage my army does, I think I maybe can.
You're bringing spiders.
Tom Guan's also insanely good. No, I'm taking the Peace Claw Raiders. No, the spiders, I don't even know what I would do. I mean, I would just play out a few rounds and we would call it.
Okay.
And that's sort of one of the reasons I'm not taking the spiders. There's a lot of the meta right now goes that way for the spiders.
Gotcha. Just get murdered.
Yeah, I would say the three big meta darlings of the meta right now are Soul Blight, which there's a few versions of it, but the pack as many zombies in as possible is somewhat of a version of all of them.
Gotcha.
So yeah, pack as many zombies in as possible. That's one. The other is Seraphon, pack as much magic in as possible. And then perhaps not surprisingly, the third one is Null Myriad Bone Reapers, which is whenever someone targets you with magic, ignore it on its will.
Yeah, that seems powerful.
It's not only powerful. I will say it's the least. I'm going to use the word impressed I've been with the design of any Sigmar subfaction. So it is either powerful or against like my army, it's totally pointless. Like, cool. Your subfaction in this game will do nothing.
Yeah.
Anyone has a little bit of magic, now you have no magic.
Yeah.
Anyone has a lot of magic, now you have a very little bit of magic.
Yeah.
And you sunk all your eggs in that basket, which I guess we could say is a bad thing to begin with. But isn't that kind of what Croak does? So I don't know. Like,
interesting.
I'm not super into that. Yeah. It's you got to be within a certain amount of inches of a certain little character, a few little characters.
Yeah.
But those little characters are hard to kill. They're hard to get to. The player's going to protect them. It doubles down when Bone Reapers, one of their weaknesses already, which is they stay in a big brick in the middle of the board. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. But I actually think my army, the Beast Claw Raiders, can hang with all of these threats. Yeah. So we'll see.
So yeah, that's kind of interesting that in Sigmar, aren't they kind of pushing? I don't follow Sigmar meta, but I remember a couple weeks back you guys were talking about these like insanely powerful like buffs, right? So it's like you're talking about like nuking, sending a cheap wizard down and just nuking the army.
Oh, right.
So does that interact with it? Because that wouldn't be targeting the Ossiarchs. It would be targeting itself.
No, it targets a unit.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they can even stop you from buffing yourself. Is it any
No,
magic?
no. That spell targets it targets an enemy unit.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It just depending on what you roll for the cast, you can hurt yourself.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is probably what we're talking about here. Yeah. So no, it doesn't. It actually doesn't stop you from buffing yourself.
Okay.
Which is nice.
Because I would say that would be annoying, but that would be at least a little bit more interesting. You know?
Yeah.
Though, yeah, again, very annoying to play against.
Very tough, right? Yeah. So it doesn't stop you from buffing yourself, but still it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird game design. Although I will say that Sigmar doesn't have a lot. There aren't a lot of factions whose magic is purely like, let me cast something on you to hurt you. Most factions I feel like are at least 60% buffing your own units with their magic, so that's nice at least. But yeah, we'll see. So anyway, all of this is a long-winded way of saying I'm excited to see people in Nova. I have no idea when I'll actually be able to hang.
Yeah.
So there is that too. That is
a thing.
That is a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I am going through and picking out details on my guy. Well, not picking out details. Actually, I'm really trying to knock out the skin here.
So I didn't really go in with a game plan with this model. So I kind of just, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'll throw it up on this thing right now because I'm waiting for stuff to dry.
On the Lumex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm planning to do with it yet, but so right now I'm just kind of blocking colors. I'm going to work on the cloak. She has a lot more cloth than I realized, so that's kind of threw me off. I didn't have a plan for it going in, so.
More cloth.
Yeah.
Okay.
More cloth than I'd realized.
Yeah, it's a great model.
Yeah.
I totally get the excitement around that model.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's an awesome model. Cool.
Okay, I'm gonna take a break from the skin here. I'm gonna do a wash and then we'll see.
Yoked gnome, I like it.
Skin, I feel like, I don't know about you, but I feel like skin is kind of like this thing where I have some recipes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but I have some skin recipes. But I feel like anytime I do something new, I'm like back to figuring out like, all right, how am I doing this skin?
Yeah. Actually, I need to grab some stuff for mine. I might have to step out for a moment. Just because my normal skin thing that I've been doing now is I just do like a pink, if for like Caucasian skin, I'll do like a pink undertone highlight with like a normal like basic flesh tone, which is like kind of this color called basic flesh tone.
Okay.
And then put a couple of layers of like really, really thin down Gilliman flesh, which is a contrast, and just build it up over time, and it usually ends up looking pretty good.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do. But I gotta pop her head off actually. I hope I don't take any paint off when I do that.
No, that's always fun.
Yeah. All right.
Is it glued? No.
No. Sorry, I'm gonna go back up. Dibs on Warlock? Yes, I'm sure about that, Ted.
What? Can people not be the same class? Or
No, you can be.
It's just in general not cool because then you have two of the same thing.
No, it's totally fine. In fact, it might be more fun for all Warlocks, you know?
Yeah.
Like all bards.
I remember that was sort of a thing in D&D. In real D&D there was a little bit of like nobody wanting to be the same class. But I don't know, like in D&D 3.5, bards anyway especially were, a lot of classes were like, there's a lot of customization where you could make, like if you had like 5 people and 2 of them are bards, they could be totally different.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, their subclasses can make them feel very different.
Yeah.
What if I did White Walker-esque paint scheme for my Beastclaw Raiders? Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, the whole ice theme going.
I mean, what does that exactly mean, though, is my question. Because they don't have the skin tone. Oh, the skin tone.
Yeah, well,
which is like...
I guess yeah.
Which is bluish?
Well, it's like whitish blue.
Whitish blue.
I was going to say, it's already kind of similar. You'd just be adding a bit of, like, frosty elements to it. Like, instead of, like, a cold, like, bone color,
right.
A warm bone color, which is what they are now, you'd go, like, a colder bone, a bit more gray.
I guess that is my question is what what do you? And then how are you painting the animals and stuff? But of course, yeah, the skin tone would be cool.
Super Edie, my patron, great old one, or the fiend, just not an elf. No one wants the fae. That's lame. No one wants to.
Did you wait? So did you play D&D as a kid?
Not as a kid. I played it around the same time I was playing saxophone, actually. So yeah, like middle school is when I first started.
That's a kid. You consider yourself a kid in middle school?
Yeah. But I was gonna say, like, I played it a little bit. I played it a lot more recently.
Okay.
Past like 5 years. We have a relatively good group. Well, I mean, it's a good group of people. It's like relatively good about getting together on a regular basis.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So.
It's a relatively good group of
They're
humans.
fine, except for the other, weird hiccups. We're pretty good about getting together and playing. I think we did get derailed because of Baldur's Gate. It's like, it's so much easier to just play D&D this way.
I mean, honestly, letting an AI more or less DM for you
is
a thing. But is it? I mean, it's a different feel. It's like, cool, I'm in the D&D setting.
Yeah.
And by the way, what setting is it? Is it Forgotten Realms? Is it just a generic? Is it its own setting?
I think no. So it's the same one as I think. Okay, so this is where people are gonna have to let us know. I think it is Forgotten Realms.
Okay.
Because it's the same as Baldur's Gate 1 and 2.
Okay, and that makes sense. And Forgotten Realms is kind of just like the generic. D&D
generic
setting.
D&D
It's like,
main setting.
Yeah. Okay.
From what I understand, again, I'm not super well versed in that.
Yeah.
So people. Oh,
you almost
poop.
You almost did it. You almost joined me, and
I would never sink to that level.
you said you've never sworn.
I've never, never.
That was crazy how close you got right there.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it just slipped out.
Yeah, it was weird. It's probably because I did it.
Yeah, you're setting a bad example.
All right, now let's paint my beard and hair, which my hair color has 2 descriptors, all disgusting. Both disgusting. It is often either called mousy brown or dishwater blonde.
That is disgusting.
But neither good. Neither something you want. Mousy brown is rat fur.
Oh yes, you have like
it's like rat fur.
Some people say like, oh, you've got like your hair reminds me of like chocolate or
No.
or like a raven's wing.
Now
yours reminds me of dishwater.
rat fur, yeah, or dishwater.
Oh wait, so I forgot who said it about.
I thought I brought.
Someone asked about Skaven colors.
Yeah.
I remember seeing some like orange mice with like curly hair. You could also do that.
I don't like that.
No?
I'm uncomfortable with that.
Yeah,
don't do that, Captain Mannering.
Yeah, okay, it's Mannering.
Listen, maybe it's my hang up, but I'm very uncomfortable with curly red-haired mice. No.
Look it up.
Don't do that. God, don't do that. Like, there's real mice that look like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable with those mice.
All right, where do they fit in Skaven society? We have the black ones become, like elite warriors. The white ones become, I don't know, something special. Browns are like the regular folk. What do orange curly-haired mice become?
I think that they just are like try to pass themselves off, infiltrate, because the Skaven live near fire slayers.
Oh yeah.
So they just try to like go see if they can infiltrate fire slayers.
Yeah, I wonder how that goes for them.
Not well.
This guy doesn't look like a dwarf at all.
The coloring's right, it's more to that than being a dwarf.
I don't remember us having tails.
Or rat ears.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Let's see where we're at here. I don't know what you guys think would happen in a jam session. Okay. Barry Hercules says, Halloween request. Cire is the sax guy from Lost Boys. Zach as Star. He has the hair. Are these other...
Lost Boys is a movie about vampires.
I know Lost Boys. But I don't remember like the character names.
I don't remember either.
I guess
maybe we can Google it. I just look it up.
Star from Lost Boys. This is great. This is great content right here.
This is good content.
Me on the laptop. Okay. With a brush in my mouth.
watching on. Meg says I'm watching on silent while at Caesar's buffet. Why are they frazzled?
Star is a female character.
Oh yeah, you do have the hair for it.
I do not have the hair for it.
You should bring it up on the. Do we have the
No, it doesn't work on this one.
No, it doesn't work on that. Weird.
I don't know. It's weird.
Something's wrong with it. They can't show that.
Yeah, I can't show it. It's weird. People would just have to look it up.
We got the Google stuff.
Yeah. No, I don't. That's not my hair. Why are we frazzled? Are we frazzled?
I think Holly said we were because I didn't know what time the stream started or whatever.
Oh, right.
Somehow that means
I'm
right,
frazzled. Because it was 2 minutes before the stream and you thought we had 2 more hours.
Yeah. Who's the sax guy though? Can you look that up?
Okay. Sax guy from Lost Boys.
Oh, I think it's breaking the stream actually. Oh, whatever. Whatever. We're gonna break the stream slightly just so I can look at this guy.
Oh, no shirt.
Okay, I'll be that guy.
For sure, no shirt for you.
Wow, that guy's like really into it.
Yeah, he's really into saxophone.
Wow.
I don't know if you could be that guy. You were
no,
that into saxophone.
I wasn't that into it, so like I'd have to.
You gave up in middle school.
That guy's probably still playing to this day.
Oh man, Meg's at Caesar's buffet. That's so cool. I've actually never. I don't think I've ever been to it.
Maybe I've never been to Vegas actually. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. Probably we'll try to go to LVO.
That's a little wild for somebody who's from California.
Yeah. That's never.
I mean, You're from Northern California, though. It's a little.
It's a little bit of a drive. I didn't realize how far south it is. Honestly, it's like pretty far down there.
It is, but the drive is actually not that bad.
What is it, like 6 hours?
Something like that. We've done it a couple years in a row. I've done it with Brad a couple years in a row now, and it's not that bad. Yeah, it's actually kind of a nice drive too.
Oh, whoa, what happened? What happened? What's your part?
Okay. It'll be okay.
We can't go on Google or it'll mess up the it breaks the stream.
It says our stream health is poor. That'll probably be okay. Let's check and see what chat's saying.
Do we break it, chat? Something is killing the stream on their end, it seems. Okay, yeah. Is it fixed?
Yeah, let us know. Let me see. Let me check. Let's check the stream health. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, people are still chatting, so. Weird.
Better now. Okay, thanks, Ted.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
We'll see. I probably need to do a reset of the computer today. The CPU usage we were looking at right before we went.
Yeah, it was like
weirdly kind of high.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was
yeah, time to upgrade from dial-up. You're right.
Get off the phone. We're trying to stream.
I love the incorrect but like close eras.
Yeah.
And you think about that in movies and how much that must happen all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like you see a movie taking place in like the 1800s and they're just going to mix something from like the 1830s,
yeah,
the early 1830s to the late 1840s.
Yeah.
Because we're so far away that it doesn't matter anymore for us, right?
Yeah.
But like that would be a thing. Like if somebody was trying to stream and you were like, "Hey, get off the phone. We need to stream."
Yeah.
That'd be like, no, those things didn't happen at the same time, right?
Yeah, in 200 years, like people aren't, we're gonna have movies where that kind of thing, we have that kind of crossover. So, it'll be 2020. They'll be like, "Have you heard of this new guy?
Yeah.
Tupac? He's great."
No, guys, no, wait. They know what happened to Tupac, right?
Huh?
That's
yeah.
Oh no, guys. Wait.
Oh no.
Okay, we are at 11. Oh, we're an hour in. Let's look at a couple memes. Listen.
Okay.
There weren't a lot of memes, to be honest with you guys. We only have 2 memes.
A little light on the memes.
A little light on the memes. We think we know why.
I have a suspicion.
And this is it. And I don't even think anyone made this meme. Bryce just found this meme and posted it.
Yes.
And Bryce, unless you did make this meme, Saray said he saw it elsewhere. But we thought it would be appreciated because it is also I Think You Should Leave, which of course Bryce and Megan are big fans of, myself. So we thought it would be funny to include. And I didn't get it, so Saray had to explain it to me.
Yeah, so memes are funniest when you have to explain them.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, I was able to make inference because I've played video game. I've played the original Baldur's Gate. I know I've played D&D. I know how resting works. But you're saying there's basically a glitch where it just eats through all your food if you do a lot.
Yeah, it'll choose a ton of extra stuff that is like not necessary.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's what people do.
Listen, I want to have a little feast.
Yeah. And then the other meme was made by somebody that doesn't play Baldur's Gate, which is Megan. We got this screenshot. Chris likes to paint out this screenshot of Bartok sitting at the desk, which he often does. I'll be honest with you guys. Bartok sometimes sits at the desk. I've come in here where nobody's in here, and he's sitting at the desk.
Yeah, just chilling.
Yeah. There's also a lot of strong evidence to suggest Bartok gets up on the table and messes with stuff when no one is here. Because, for example, I decided to not put fresh paper down to push this paper another day, and I ended up kind of looking it over, and I had to wipe a bunch of cat fur off of your area, which I'm sure is awesome for you. So
yeah,
somebody who's allergic to
cats.
Very
allergic to cats.
Probably excited.
Yeah, that's why I can't breathe.
All right, how's your guy coming out? Or your lady? Your
Karen Paladin.
Yeah, Saray the Karen Paladin.
It's coming out all right. Painting over metallics is not ideal, I would say.
Talk about that a little bit. What do you mean?
So the surface, the surface is, it's not as porous. So it's almost like painting over a gloss surface, which is not great. Paint doesn't like to stick to it. But also metallics show through a lot more. So I'm having to put like an extra coat, I'm finding. So instead of doing like 2 thin coats, ended up being like 3 or 4.
Got it.
Which is not great. But, yeah. We're getting there.
I'm actually glad we're doing this. I'm glad I'm getting to kind of practice what I'm going to be doing on 20 steel helms here in, I guess, 9 days according to Games Workshop. I'll believe that when I see it.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to. I'm assuming I'm going to be helping painting some of this Cities of Sigmar stuff, right?
I don't know. Yeah. Well, we're gonna do the steam tanks.
Steam tanks, right?
We know that. And then, we have this thing at the studio where we do content around things, but we're also like very. At least I know I am. I'm very like. Not always wanting to ask people to help me paint things that will be owned by me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right, even on stream. So, making content around it is good. And then, because the thing is, that then you can offer to help the other people paint their stuff, but they may not want that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you find yourself in this situation where you're like, you can paint my stuff.
I guess.
I'm actually mostly fine with it. And it's fine. There's certain things in the army that we can like say, I want to paint that, or let's split that one up, or make content out of it. But it is kind of an interesting dilemma.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for the steam tanks. I think I asked this on another stream. Mm-hmm. There's like special steam tanks, right? I should just look this up.
You brought this up, and I actually don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, chat. In Warhammer Fantasy, were there like regiments? I don't know. It wouldn't be a regiment because it'd be one tank. But were there like special tank versions of the steam tank that were like special one-off steam tank models?
Yeah, you brought this up, and I genuinely do not know the answer to it. But I know what you're saying, like, and it wouldn't surprise me, especially like that feels like the type of thing they might have done in like a White Dwarf or or like late in the fantasy game. They would have been like, okay, you can say your steam tank is this now, and that means it's this guy, and he's like this legend.
Yeah, exactly, like stuff like that.
Right, and in Warhammer Fantasy in the 90s, late 2000 or early 2000s, that probably was insane. It probably unleashed an insane amount of rules on the model. Whereas nowadays, it'd probably be like, if he doesn't move, he gets +1 to hit.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they had like special weapons. Like, I think one of them was a flamethrower. I might be making this up though.
Well, that is not, the model doesn't have that.
Yeah.
The model doesn't have a flamethrower option. But again, I would not be surprised if they were like,
Yeah, just
get a
swap it out.
Get a Lehman Russ kit in. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to do cloak here.
Yeah. What did you do? What did you have coming into today?
All I had was the armor.
No armor, right.
Yeah, that was it. So there's not a lot going on.
This is one of the cool things. One of the reasons I was glad I got to paint this guy is because it immediately put this question up for me, which is what am I airbrushing?
Right.
Because when I paint a fire warrior, it's like it's very obvious.
Yeah.
When you paint a zombie, it's very obvious.
Yeah.
But when you paint somebody that has some armor, some skin,
some cloth,
some boots,
yeah,
it's probably not going to be the boots. Even if the boots and the hat are the same color, it's probably not going to be the boots. But right when you do that, it's kind of interesting because you find yourself in this position where you're like, all of this is like, whereas in a fire warrior, the armor is like 90% of 85% of the model. There's no, these are just all pluralities here. There's no majority.
Yeah, it's all kind of equal.
Yeah, that makes up this dude. And then you start thinking about things like skin. Like, skin is really nice to airbrush. That's, for example, when I paint my ogres, I airbrush skin. And then that's what I airbrush. Then I go in and I, excuse me.
Yeah, but even with them, like, they have, like, a lot of skin showing. So
they do. So skin is clearly the move, right? And then some things are big enough on them, actually, that I can go and I can do, like, the hardest Steinbeck. But, it's always an interesting decision when you airbrush and brushwork co-paint a model or an army to make that call of like, what am I going to actually sit here and airbrush?
Yeah.
The last time I'd say I was kind of at something like this would have been, I painted a Gene Stealer called Kill Team for a friend. And,
oh, jeez. Yeah, those models are like, oh.
I've really pushed the airbrush really far, though. And it mostly worked.
Oh, good.
Yeah. What I ultimately... Sorry.
Yeah, I would say those models are also kind of in the same situation where it's like, oh, there's so much material going on.
Right.
It's hard to find, like, a majority.
So I kept their heads separate.
Yeah, smart.
And I did their heads, like... Yeah, I kept their heads separate, and I did their heads... airbrushed their heads. Mm-hmm. And then, otherwise, I airbrushed... I believe what I airbrushed was the cloth.
Right.
And then I painted the metallics, which is what I ultimately ended up doing here on this guy as well. Because I'm doing that yellow, magenta, red.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I'm doing that, that look is much easier to pull off with an airbrush.
Yeah.
And I kind of, one thing I've learned here with this dude is I'll need to gradient the cloth more aggressively.
Right.
It's way more aggressively than I did on Bard Zach.
Well, and those models are also difficult because not only are, when you look at them, not only is it cloth, metal, flesh, the color of the cloth tends to change a lot too. Like if you look at like those like sleeves, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people paint them striped. So it's like, even then you're not really getting much out of the airbrush.
Yeah, I haven't made too many decisions on that yet. Basically I'm going to paint my guys in the new Hammerhall Aqua Sheet colors, which are mostly red, white, orange, and yellow.
Oh, okay.
And silver. But yeah, I need to, like, so far I have not worked orange in on Zach here, on Food Bard Zach. And maybe I won't.
Right.
But I do have yellow. Oh, I really haven't done white either.
Yeah. It's
You're right, I probably should figure out some way to work those in.
It's just like yeah.
And then there's metal.
There's a reason, yeah. That's what kind of makes them look so
leather.
good. Yeah, and then there's leather, right?
Right, and there's a hat, and then there's belts, and then
the feather, and then
yeah. And then a soup pot.
And then the soup.
And then the soup in the soup pot. Liberty Fires, who will also be seeing at Nova. Super excited to see Liberty Fires. I'll see you Thursday, if not soon. No, I get in. No, I do get in Wednesday, actually. I think. I gotta figure out what's going on exactly. I'm staying with my sister and then coming down. Okay. He says, D&D joke. My DM asked me, what's your AC? Which I think means armor class. And I respond, maybe I just gave the joke away. Well, I have a carrier to keep my apartment cool. DM was not impressed by my response. I did kind of ruin his joke. Yeah, that's pretty good.
What's your AC?
Does anybody know their AC brand?
I've got a wall unit.
I have a floor unit. It's a Remy.
Central air. That's central air.
Yeah. Very fun. I guess East Coast people know their air conditioner
No, the AC.
more.
No,
yeah. Thank you, Liberty Fires, as always. Looking forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah.
Very soon. Thank you, Holly. We know this guy. Gifted 5 memberships.
Holly. You can just give me the money directly. You don't have to go through YouTube.
Yeah.
You just come in here.
Just directly hand. What do we think would happen in jam session? Play some music, Captain Mannerings. Yeah, but I think that I'm the only one that has any music background other than Cire's. Who
doesn't remember how to read music.
Also, do you have a saxophone? Because they're not cheap. They're not cheap to pick up. Like, oh, let me just grab a sax. Oh, it'll be funny. It's not like $12 or $20. It's like it's a couple $100 to pick up a saxophone. And then Bryce.
You don't have one here? Just sitting around?
I don't have a saxophone.
Dang it.
I've never played a saxophone. My real primary instrument was a string bass, and I don't have that here. It's too big. If you're not really using it,
yeah, it's kind of hard to justify.
It's a bad instrument to just have hanging around. Yeah. Bryce says, fun fact: Lost Boys was filmed in Santa Cruz,
cool.
which is local to us, as he points out. Yeah, it actually was quite like obviously too.
Yeah, it's like a lot of
it at the pier. Yeah. Okay, did this catch us up on things? Oh, wait, here's something. Oh, wait, what's going on? Okay. Did we miss this? Okay, soups. Thanks, soups.
So, Saray, you're saying because it's porous, metallic still show through it. Would you make it a porous Pharisee? Oh my God.
Something's wrong with that man. I love it.
He's like seeing in another dimension.
A dimension of puns.
Yes, he can see the world just through a different lens than us.
Which is good. We had a pun guy here in our gaming group, but he moved. So Soups is coming around.
Yeah, he's bringing us back up, letting us see through the...
Okay. Do you have like a pink... I might use some of your flesh tones.
Yeah.
May I?
You may.
Okay. And I'm actually kind of excited that we're doing skin because I have a lot of skin to paint with the City's Army coming up. And I want to have the army really, the sculpts really are encouraging like all kinds of different people. Which is exciting.
Sorry.
No, it's funny.
No, I was just thinking, so like earlier when I said, I was like, oh, they have like basic skin tone.
Yeah.
And it's like implies like, oh, it's just, like white.
Well, I mean, earlier in the episode I said normal, referring to white people, but like I grew up, that's like really all we had in rural Pennsylvania.
Sorry, I just remember, so like if you, there's like, you don't have that
this is a Spanish, but even in Spain they have different skin tones.
Yeah. It's just funny because you look at like darker, the colors I have to use for darker skin tones are not skin tones. It's like
leather.
Yeah, leather or dark rust or... It's kind of funny. I think there are some.
Yeah, I think they're starting to do it.
It's like, there's nothing wrong with using like color, the names, but like if you're a new painter, it's like, is there like a dark skin that I could just go straight to?
I've never been in a position really to have to be like find that problematic for myself or offensive, but
no, I don't think it is.
It's just I don't really think if these colors got renamed to peach,
right,
or
but it's not really peach.
It's not really the color of a peach. What else is this color? Maybe that's why they do it. They're like, listen, turns out there's really nothing the same color as white people's skin, but other people's skin is the same color as leather.
Yeah.
I don't think that's why they do it. But this is salmon.
Yeah, salmon rose.
This is salmon. That makes sense. What else could this be?
I guess it is kind of hard, right? There's
No,
not a ton
no,
of
no.
overlap.
This is like some part of a sunset or something.
It's called strawberry yogurt.
Strawberry yogurt, maybe. I mean, sure, yeah.
Yogurt, 1990s yogurt. We got to get real specific, like how they get with World War II. You know, World War II.
yeah, 19.
But this is a 1992 Go-Gurt.
Wait a minute.
Peach.
I see here that you painted your model of Bill Clinton in. I see here that you painted
Clinton.
I see that you painted your diorama model of Bill Clinton at his press conference addressing the Monica Lewinsky issue in strawberry yogurt. But really, his skin actually
is more of a salmon rose.
his skin really is salmon rose. This is not authentic.
Yeah, wow. I'm going to mark you down a couple points.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Beige? I know, but we got to name it after things.
Not even beige.
Not even beige, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel like I need these skin tones to be called flesh or whatever. Now the other thing that I've seen, like they just like name them different things, like something flesh or whatever flesh.
Yeah, like there's like darker with flesh, which is not as dark as you would think based on the name. But
What's it called?
Dark Oath Flesh.
Oh yeah. Well, they're like.
That's like Fire Slayers, right?
No, they're slaves to D.
Slaves to D.
Yeah. It's like the the model David sent us is that guy, the barbarian guy.
Oh, okay.
He's
cool.
one of them. Yeah. They're like I think they started as a Warcry warband, but they've been there's this like marauder kind of aspect of Slaves to Darkness.
Yeah, they're like northern barbarians.
Yeah, they're kind of. I think they are usually sort of depicted as like skin tone that's like kind of honestly kind of like yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they are like they've been fleshed out rule wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as like you could make an all dark oath army.
Yeah.
Everything in your army could have that keyword.
Oh, cool.
If you want. And it does actually kind of have some benefits. Like it's actually
not a bad bad deal.
Yeah, it's not bad. All right, right now I have
lighting is not. I can't see.
Yeah, so we could adjust this guy. Remember that one can be kind of a pain in the butt to adjust. I'll go to this view here if you want to.
Oh no, I'm actually gonna remove her from her base real fast, just so I can paint her robes behind her robes.
Okay. But yeah, I need some practice doing a bunch of different. I need to get some recipes for different skin tones, which is going to be kind of fun. It'll be fun to not paint only one skin tone. When I do my
we're good.
When I do my ogres, I kind of vary them a little bit. Like I mostly use the same paints, but I'll do different amounts to show like a little bit of variation. But for cities, I'll have to do like truly different skin tones. Yeah.
GW, just make some words. Make it so that I know, like, because it's hard to tell when you're like painting from the paint pot, like what it's gonna look like. That's why it would be nice if they just had like, here's our flesh line. You know, they have like dry, they have their washes.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
What do you want to? Do you want them to name all these flesh colors again?
Yeah.
Well, they just name them things from their universe, right?
Yes, GW, make. I need elven flesh, and then like black dude flesh.
And then it's like here's Asian flesh. Here's Asian black dude flesh, Asian flesh, but it's an elf.
Yeah, but
what is happening? What am I supposed to do with this?
What is this?
Mouse fur, but it's the mouse with red curly fur.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, just don't get clever with
why
the
is mouse fur even in here in this set?
That's fur. No, that's gonna be the fur line, not the flesh.
The fur line, yeah. Mouse fur, trust us. There are mice that look like this.
All right. All right. So I'm kind of at a weird spot where
You just want to stop?
No, yeah, no.
I'm kind of a weird spot. I think we're just gonna.
I'm just sick of it.
Just
no,
play some Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Oh man, can we do that? Let's do that.
Not in this apartment. There's no possible way to do it here currently.
Let's play on stream. We'll just switch to that.
If we devoted all of our time, if I devoted all my time for the rest of the day to getting Baldur's Gate 3 in this apartment, I could do it. Right? I just have to go buy a PC.
Yeah.
That's capable of doing it. That's it. Actually, that's the only thing I'd have to do.
I think you could get if you could get a Steam Deck even. I think.
What's that?
It's like a portable. Like I think it kind of like streams from your computer. I think they might actually have Baldur's Gate for Mac. By the way, I don't know if anyone let us know, but I have friends who have Macs and we've been playing together, so I don't know how they did it.
I feel like they probably would.
Yeah.
That's got to not be. So what causes a place to not do that? Bandwidth, right? Like a small.
Yeah.
Like so on Steam, a lot of the board games Meg and I will play that are like Steam versions now. They don't, but they have small teams. There's probably like 6 people making that product.
Yeah.
To also do it for Mac is going to be insane.
Yeah.
But what company makes Baldur's Gate?
Larian? I guess they're also not like a huge company.
Well, they've got it.
They've been
research. Working on it for years,
like 6
right?
years
And they knew how much money they were going to make on it, or I guess they hoped. Okay, I think I'm happy with how my skin tone came out here.
Mm-hmm. You want to throw it on the Lumix?
Yeah.
Do you have a base?
Yeah, I do have a base. I'm just looking. I didn't know if I had any of the sticky stuff left. Okay, so I might, but now I've got to do my. I was gonna say my fur. Now I've got to do my beard.
Okay, can we get a little... Oh, wrong way. Oh, yeah. Oh, what is that? What's he cooking? Looks like sausage.
Yeah, it's ogre food. I got some cleanup here to do. It's ogre food, so it's like just guts and entrails, which I kind of wish I had spent a little bit of time going into the pot and turning it into something more that I would make or that humans would eat, like soup or something, or gumbo.
Well, Meg wouldn't eat it, so.
Meg wouldn't eat it. That's okay. But it ends up being a heap of entrails, so I'm going to have to get a little creative with how to not make that look awful.
Okay. Is this, like, super blown out? Sorry. How do I change the...
Remember, you press that plus
ISO?
minus. No. It's this.
Oh, okay.
The plus minus.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't say I changed the... I don't know if it's...
Hold it down. And then, there you go.
There we go. Is that better, Chad?
We did crank it up.
Should be a little less blown out. That's a little better.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get better lighting.
Okay.
There you go.
Food Bard Zach is coming
I'll just
too.
throw
Oh, yeah.
She's on there. She is. You know what? I gotta put her on the base.
Yeah.
Yeah. So gotta wait a bit. Gotta wait for the paint to dry.
Okay. Cool.
Oh,
Variants of the steam tank, like one had a battering ram. Yeah. So you're right.
okay.
Bryce will bring his didgeridoo to the jam session. Bryce's wife actually is a really solid musician. She plays guitar. She plays a lot of classical guitar and stuff.
Oh, cool.
She's like a serious musician. That's like her career, actually. Like that is not actually. That is her career. And she's successful at it. She gives a lot of lessons, but she does a lot of performing too.
Oh, cool.
And her name is Melody, which is very fitting. And she's super cool. Okay, awesome. I think we're caught up here with this
Yeah, we can start
chat nonsense. Just kidding,
yeah.
guys. More so saying, yeah, one day I'll have to I think one day I'll get a string bass again, but I need more room.
Yeah.
And then like instruments to get good at them, it takes a lot of time. Like that's all I did when I was in college. Some of them would come back to me, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The prospect of that it falls into the D&D category again, right? Like the prospect of doing the prospect of putting the effort into get good at string bass sounds crazy to me.
When's the last time you've played an instrument?
So, like I have a MIDI keyboard that I plug into my computer. Mm-hmm. Does that count? I mean, I mostly use it to write music, but I do actually, I play it.
I would say that counts.
Oh, then I mean like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I don't know. I have to actually write something for the channel here in the short in the like next, honestly, maybe today. So I'll probably bust it out and do
Oh,
some
cool.
stuff. But that's really not playing. Actually, playing with a group. It's been forever. Oh no, I did a little bit when I moved out here. I did have my bass for a while, and I taught at an elementary school. I would go in and just teach a few music classes, and the third grade teacher was a super cool dude who was very good at guitar, and he was like always wanting to jam with me. He was cool. He was a nice guy, but it was kind of like, okay, you're like, oh, bring your bass, like. Because I taught, and then like I taught the end of the school day,
right?
So I like taught his class. I went to another class and taught, and then he was like, "Okay, come back here then, and let's like jam for half an hour," and it was fun. And he like always prepped everything, so I would like come back in and he'd have like everything set up.
Oh, that's cool.
But it was kind of cool. I played. He had his kids do like. He wrote this Beatles medley and had me play with this like it was funny.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Holly's side of the family
Does a lot of music stuff.
Yeah, her dad plays guitar.
Yeah, I do miss it. But again, it's when you live in apartments.
Yeah, it's hard, right?
It's an awful instrument to have, and it determines the kind of car you get. It changes everything, right?
Yeah.
And it's what's super annoying about it is like the second you get any bigger than a string bass, it's like piano or timpani or something, and you fall into this category of like, well, they better just have one there.
Yeah.
Right, but string bass is like the last instrument where like it's the biggest an instrument gets, where you're still expected to lug your own around, unless you're going like on like international tour, then like those guys will like secure. And then like, oh man, I had this book when I was in college, and it was like had this chapter about just like dealing with the fact that you play string bass, and it was like number one way.
So you've messed up. Is that
the number one way to travel with it is just buy a plane ticket.
That's great.
And I don't know that you can. I don't even know they let you do that anymore. But yeah, like this book was from like the 90s or maybe even earlier, and like it just showed the guy sitting in his plane seat with the plane seat next to him was a string bass. Yeah, I don't even know if you can do that anymore.
Well, there's your answer to people. You know, a question we get asked all the time is like, how do I transport my army? Well, just buy a plane ticket.
I don't know how. I'd be very curious if. Like,
do they still allow that?
I mean, what happens when you show up at the airport and you have 2 tickets for yourself?
Yeah. I don't know.
Because you
paid for it.
You paid for it. You don't run somebody else through the ticket. I mean, through the security or anything like that, right? There's this. You have 2 tickets. Like, I don't even know.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. But one thing, this is kind of like a Zach tangent / hot take. It's not really a hot take, and you might have observed this too, depending on what you've done. A lot of you will have observed what I'm about to tell you, that the world is very much set up for people who do not have to carry large things around and work 9 to 5 jobs.
True.
The second you have weird hours, the second you work in a field, the second you gig work or anything like that, every major institution, government, telecom, anything like that, like just completely breaks down dealing with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. They cannot handle it. So I feel like I'd show up at an airport with like an army, and they'd just be like, "What is happening?"
They'd be like,
"Whoa,
"Shut it down!"
Sir." Like so many points along the way, I would be waiting for somebody to like come in and be like, "Okay, you can't do what is happening. You cannot do this," or like something, right?
Explain to me again, what is a warhammer?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's about how honestly, if I'm truly honest, that's about how I would expect it to go. I'd expect at some point in my journey to get
stopped.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Having to do like 3 or 4 layers over this cloth because I'm painting over metallic.
Well,
that's I did this to myself. Actually, the Discord did it to me. They made me choose Paladin.
They made you choose Paladin. Yeah.
Listen, that's the kind of power they hold over us.
Did we give poll options? We did, right?
Yeah. It was. I think I was Barbarian, Monk, and Paladin. By the way, join our Discord. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's
if
free.
If you're not, yeah,
If
join
you're not
Discord.
already, it's free.
Yeah.
You can see some sweet hobby stuff that we'll be showing off relatively soon.
Yeah, and the hobby hangs are fun too.
Yeah, hobby hangs are fun.
Yeah.
We just hang out in a voice chat. Hobby voice chat. All right.
Yeah, we do have some fan stuff, and John McCardle, we did see some of yours. We have some of yours in here.
Oh yeah, what do you say? Hobby. Oh, 31 is a World Leader Scout. Cool. You did a World Leader Scout. Did you give him a shotgun? I feel like that's the only reason I would do scouts is because I feel like more models should have shotguns.
World Eaters. Oh yeah, scouts.
Scouts, yeah.
Yeah. And John, as far as where to put them,
Oh, I just scrolled down. Can you go back up?
as far as where to put them on if they're finished, put them in finished.
Yeah, hobby
Yeah.
finished is
Text.
generally where we
Yeah.
would put them. He was even featured. Wait, really? That's pretty cool. John McCardle had a model featured in White Dwarf 300. That's pretty sick.
Oh, that is cool. When was what?
Yeah.
What White Dwarf were we on?
I think we're in the. I have no idea. I thought we were in the high 450s, but we might be in like the 900s.
Yeah, I have no sense of it.
Yeah, you should definitely post that. I want to see that.
John's also adds here. He says, Zach, I've flown to the UK 3 times with armies, each time with an army, and 1 time with 2. Yeah, flying with an army is not. Realistically, the joke was buying it a ticket, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to fly, and honestly, it did have some sway in me not doing the goblins, because the goblins are a lot of really big models.
Yeah.
But I've flown with my Beast Claw Raiders before. I'm not worried about it.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
And I've flown with my daughters before, and my Tau. So I'm fine. But flying with 2 armies would be crazy actually.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would do that. All right, let's see. I'm looking at myself in this thing.
Sorry, I'm trying to paint out this. She has a little gem here.
This is almost like my hair color.
English uniform.
It's almost my hair color that's getting exposed to light.
Yeah, it's like if the light is going through it, it's pretty close to your hair color.
Mornfang brown. This is too red. Right?
Really? Oh, you keep moving it. Yeah, it's too red.
Okay. This is like a highlight color, though.
Yeah, what is it? Dirty dishwater blonde? Let's just go find all the gross sounding colors.
Yeah, it's like a Nurgle line.
Yeah. Look, I'm not far off. Mine would be like...
It's too light for you. Are you Corvus black? That's like gray almost.
Yeah. No, a little bit darker.
This might be your highlight.
Yeah.
Also, there's something on the bottom of that.
Thank you.
Okay, you're just like checking.
You're checking? No, too dark.
Okay. Just checking all these.
Yeah, checking everything for
body.
It's
It's just like going and painting a model yourself and being in the store and buying the paints for the first time and just like sitting there and like
With a mirror.
and like with like 2 people, like just
Hold on, let me, I'll be right back. I gotta grab to kill him in flesh, not unless you have some over here. No.
Wait, what? Gilman? Yes, there is.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, it's gonna be in the brown.
Okay.
And then there's a Halia super chatted, and I don't actually. You know what this is? I don't know what this is, but I remember it coming up before. Do you know what she's?
I think this is. I think it was a chat that I chatted you at Hobby Tights.
Yes, that's right. I was like, this sounds familiar.
Listen.
No Gilliman flesh?
I got Reichland flesh. Gargax Sewer.
Gargax Sewer. He's naming. I don't know if the mic is picking Saray up. I'm just repeating what he's naming off.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Okay. All right. In the meantime, I'm just doing a little face cleanup here. And then I'm going to be moving on to... Oh, man. Some of my skin is doing that. Not my real skin. The skin I'm painting is like showing through the colors underneath, which is good, but in a way that's like yucky, splotchy. Okay. So I don't know also, chat, what to make the soup pot. And I bring that up because, like I said, it's like this gross ogre pot full of organs. And it's too late now. I should have really gone in and like tried to shave some of that down. I don't really just eat heaps of organs. Yeah, John McCardle. Yeah, my single army transport system is fine. I'm comfortable with it. I need to Thunderhawk while I was and throw out my clothes.
I just can't see anything. I can't see over here.
Oh my god, John McCardle says he bought a Thunderhawk and threw clothes away. He bought it while he was out. I guess probably in the UK, right?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, do you want my phone as a flashlight?
Hey, John McCardle. Worth it.
Yeah,
I got it.
Okay. Your phone can do that too?
Yeah. My phone has a flashlight. It's from this century.
Okay. Okay. Man, I've been working on this guy's skin for a while. I totally see why it's a good idea that we're having a whole skin episode. So couple updates. We will have 2 shows tomorrow. Grimdark Lunch and AOS. Steven.
Mondays in the Mortal
Realms. Steven and I will be here, talking some cities, talking events coming up, and then but next Monday there won't be a Mondays in the Mortal Realms. I will be coming back from Nova that day, and the week hobby streams we're not sure on yet, right?
We're not sure. We're because Meg and Zach are out. We're not sure if we have someone who can.
And Brett. Yeah.
Also out. Everyone's out of town. So
pretty much everybody's out, either in Nova or it's basically you.
Yeah, we're trying to work it, but there may be a temp hiatus.
Yep. But we have some stuff coming out, so
yeah, we'll have other stuff.
We won't totally leave you hanging. Did you find it?
No, I don't think you have Guildwood.
I know I have. Oh. So I know it might be in like a little. Oh, you know where it might be.
Where?
Do you really want Gilman Flesh?
No, it's fine.
Okay, I think it might be in the Smaug box right there.
Oh, okay. No, it's fine.
Okay.
I've got some. As long as it's kind of, fleshy-ish. I'm using some Reichland Flesh Shade.
Okay.
Very watered down.
All right. Finally, here we go. Time to get my hair going here. Okay. Well, we'll start with some chocolate brown. I don't think that's quite right, but we'll just do a very little
Needs
bit.
must. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I have gray down already. So let's see what I can. Yeah, this does not look like anything I've ever seen in a mirror, but we'll
figure it out.
We'll figure it out. I just feel like if I put this kind of light color over gray alone, it's gonna look goofy. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, this might work.
Oh yeah, sorry, I missed. Broken. One time about a Thunderhawk while I was over there. Threw out my clothes from the carrier. Yeah, listen, I think a Thunderhawk is worth it. What are you gonna do? Use your jeans? What? Who cares?
That's funny. Holly Kane. Okay.
What are your thoughts on the hyphy movement?
What? Okay. So yeah, this. What's she talking about? What is this? Remind me again.
It's a genre of music that was famous in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Okay, right.
In
this is coming back.
The late 2000s and like early I guess probably not even to the 2010s, but like early, mid to late 2000s. At least that's when it got popular. I think it was around before that.
Okay. It's hip hop. It's like a hip hop.
It's hip hop. It's kind of.
I think I remember looking some of it up.
It's.
What?
I don't know if it's good. I think it's fun. I don't know if it's like good music. But... You listen. You should go give it a listen on Spotify. People go listen to some hyphy music.
Is there? Yeah.
I can't play it here because then we get copyright strike.
Yeah, I don't remember it really. I remember when it got brought up the first time, going and looking it up.
I would say I've based on the music that I hear you guys listen, like when I come over early before the show, probably not your style of music.
Well, we do listen to some hip hop.
Yeah, no, I mean I've listened. Yeah, I mean I think we actually have pretty similar taste.
But yeah.
But maybe that's where we're a little divergent because, I mean, I don't really listen to hyphy music. It's a little too high energy for me.
Hyphy?
Yeah, it's all in the name.
That's funny. Okay. Hey, you were saying there weren't good mustache options for some line? Actually, there's a lot of good mustache options in the cities.
Yeah, City of Sigmar is like primo mustache time, but yeah, I was having trouble with the heads I had on hand.
All right, I think I'm kind of getting my hair color here correct.
Okay, good to hear. All right, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get this to like a super finished state based on how much time we have.
Oh, we gotta do fan stuff. Oh my god,
yeah.
The shows just go by so fast.
I know, it's kind of insane.
Okay, let's do some fan stuff.
Yeah, let's do fan stuff.
Ready for some fan stuff? I'm
I'm
gonna put
ready.
my glasses on.
I'll take mine off.
Mine are dirty. Okay, here we go. Fan stuff. Oh, and I have all the fan stuff here too.
Sweet.
Let me do this. Let me do this without that. There we go.
Having trouble?
Yeah. For some reason, my mouse is requiring that I click on things like because it's up there. Okay, got it. Okay, stream. Just inner workings of my computer.
He's going through his file system right now.
There we go. Okay. Oh, here.
Is that from this week?
That is from this week. Yeah, this is from this week. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Display as icons. Okay, great. Okay, fan stuff. Yeah, very exciting. So we have some cool stuff this week.
Oh, nice.
This is Broken Chef.
Very cool.
Yeah. This is like this cream and gold kind of thing, right?
Is that Necro Gold, Broken Chef? Because I think I know Necro Gold when I see it. It's my favorite gold.
What is Necro Gold?
It's like an old greenish gold by scale 75. It looks like this. I'm guessing this is Necro Gold. It's a kind of an amazing color.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure I know like gold well enough. Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, super cool cream and gold.
I like these bases actually, Scott.
Oh yeah, little leaves.
Yeah, I like the little leaf look on the
cool.
bases. This is Chris likes to paint.
Oh yeah, we seen some of this last week, right?
I think
with the butt flaps, free-handed.
Oh yeah. Well, I did the front this time.
Yeah.
And this is looking pretty good. He's been working on this in Hobby Hang too.
Yes, incredible.
So it's nice to see.
Look at that freehand. I mean, again, that's what we pointed out last time. The freehand on his little towel there, his little bath towel.
Yeah,
it looks. Yeah, it's amazing.
Now I wonder if Chris is going to if he's doing like the chest plate separate, or if he's going to not do no chest plate. I have to say, I was talking about Demon Princes, and I can't remember who I was talking to this about. It was in a text thread, and I was saying I've been fairly disappointed by Demon Princes, and the most recent disappointment was the most recent Demon Prince, but also although I've since gone to work on the model and I've warmed up to it a little bit, but I really don't like Angron, and what I've decided, one of the things that makes me not like Demon Princes often is how much we keep trying to make them still look like Space Marines.
Oh, interesting.
And I think the two that get around this and look the coolest as a result have been Magnus. Right here, the way Chris has him, like there's nothing about him that says he used to be a Space Marine almost.
Yeah.
And I like that. I feel like I'm a little like unsure. Like GW loves their Space Marines; it's their bread and butter IP. But like, do we still need Angron to look like a Space Marine, or at this point, can he just look like a big mad demon? Does he actually need a shoulder pad? Does he need, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
And does it take away from it? I guess I would submit that I believe it does. I think I like this version of Magnus, topless Magnus.
Topless, partially bottomless. No nipple horns is what
No
you're
nipple
saying.
horns. The other, but nipple horns aren't a Space Marine thing anyway. So I really
That's fair.
There's almost no way to build Magnus that he looks like a Space Marine with what the kit comes with. Now the other person I think looks pretty good, cool is Mortarion.
I think Mortarion is the coolest of the models.
Yeah,
personally.
I think that I think the two of them don't really look like Space Marines.
Yeah, he's got a whole. I mean, his silhouette is just completely different.
Yeah, but
I guess they're all
But
different.
Angron is like crouched over, and he looks like he's about to go into like a gymnastic roll, and he looks like he's about to do like a rolling attack in like Sonic the Hedgehog. And then he's got like Space Marine. Like I didn't realize how many Space Marine pieces he had on him, and I was sort of like, why don't I like this model? I don't love the pose, but then I was like, oh my god, he's got like all over. He's covered in like he's still wearing like how did that grow? Why did that like? Was Angron like, hey, someone forged me a new shoulder pad. I'm bigger now.
Well, I think he had his whole backstory is that he was like a gladiator, so maybe you could say it's not Space Marine, it's his gladiator stuff.
I guess.
But
yeah,
it's kind of hard to.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
This is Jarl, who's painting some T-Suns in this dark and this black. Kind of.
Oh, yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
They almost look like Black Legion aligned.
Yeah, I dig that style choice. Yeah, really nice work as well. Looking good. This is Cody.
Oh, cool.
Who has finally finished? I think this is a Kingdom Death model.
It looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's finally finished this. It just calls it an old man or something. I forget.
Yeah, old man with club.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super good. I mean, we're talking about skin. That skin is done.
Yeah,
super awesome.
It's very nice. Yeah. The other thing he's done here, look here. This is a good thing to do, especially you get a lot of gains from this if you have light color hair against any color skin. Is to do this kind of like contrasted line around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super nice.
I painted some Space Marines with like white hair. To have like this sci-fi 70s kind of like weird look. And it looked awful until I went and just did a line around the scalp.
Oh wow.
And that was like just like he's done here, and it really pops out. Oh, this is John McCardle.
Yeah.
This looks great. These guys look great.
World Leader Terminators.
World Leader Terminators. You said you hated this kid, huh?
Yeah, working with them kind of sucked.
Yeah. Is it resin?
Yeah, it's resin.
Oh, sure.
I broke. I don't know if I just got like a bad batch, but like the resin axes they were so thin. I was like punching holes through them and like having to regrade stuff like multiple times.
That sounds not fun. I was lucky. I did T-Suns, and they literally were like, hey, just use the
40K one.
Just use the 40K kit to make your Terminators. Yeah. This looks great, John. I think one of the things John's done here that I do like is, people always do the blood splatter all over World Eaters.
Yeah. And
his blood splatter looks, I'm going to use the word restrained.
Yeah.
But also he got a lot on there.
Yeah.
But it looks like...
It's not so overdone that's distracting.
That's it. It looks like this is the start of the next battle, and like the previous battle was a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this is from Kirkanos.
Oh, cool.
Our very own Ted. Is this
That's Star Wars.
This is Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the name of them, but I recognize the model.
You recognize the Star Wars.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you can tell it's Star Wars because of the way it is.
I knew it was either Star Wars or Marvel Crisis Protocol, but I'm pretty bad about my knowledge in both of those IPs.
Fair.
Deeply, right? Like, I mean, actually, I would even say I know medium level IP, right?
Just not your.
But not when it gets.
specialty.
Like, I knew IG-88, right? Like.
Well, everyone knows IG-88.
Yeah, not Megan. Megan probably wouldn't profess to be super knowledgeable about Star Wars.
And HK-47 because it sounds like a gun.
Who's HK-47? Is that what this is?
He's another droid.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah. So I'm not super knowledgeable about that, but I do know that this was not a GW model. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And it looks great.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
The good cloak.
Yeah, solid cloak.
It's actually hard to do these light color cloaks. You end up running out of places to go.
Yeah.
With your values.
It's like how much higher do you go?
And until you turn white.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, now it doesn't look good. Right?
Yeah.
Because yeah.
White's a bit odd.
Yeah. This looks great, Ted.
Yeah. Good work.
Okay, we know this guy. He's been cranking out. This is Molecule Cody. He's been cranking out these darker colored ultramarines. We talked about ultramarines that have grown up.
Yeah.
Hellblaster's
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a Hellblaster or is this just like
That's a Hellblaster.
Are you a Hellblaster once you're an intercessor who picks up a plasma gun?
Yeah, I think
And then
so.
and then is in a unit only with other ones?
Yeah, you can only hang out with like it's kind of like you
Oh,
have
they
those separate paths.
They don't really do that in Primaris, do they? Like
Yeah, they don't have mixed units for
with guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they all say like they get real cliquish Primaris.
Really?
They're like,
No.
yeah. Once I picked up a Hellblaster, that's like my
That's
whole life.
it.
Now.
I can't. Yeah.
I can't hang out with these intercessor dudes. It's just weird.
He's been. I feel like, and I kind of meant to ask him. I feel like he's been painting one Marine at a time. He's here. Is that true, Molecule Cody? Or you're posting one Marine at a time? Did you get them all to a particular place and then you go in and do one at a time? I'm very curious how you're painting this. But it looks great. I'm actually very excited to see these in person at some point. Umi
Oh yeah,
made some terrain. He made some forests.
very cool.
Umi went from not playing Age of Sigmar to having
Jump.
everything to play Age of Sigmar in
Yeah.
like a week. And like it looks good too. Like he didn't really like just like he didn't like just quick prime like two colors.
Yeah, he didn't
Like,
phone it in.
He didn't phone it in. And he was asking me what kind of terrain he needed, and I was like, you really need forest, Umi. And he's kind of saying like, that stinks because it's still an ongoing problem. Even still, it's gone better, but making forest is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Trees are expensive in the hobby. Even if you 3D printing, I think has helped a significant amount. But if you want plastic leaves that you can actually go in and paint, anything like trees they're just tough. We haven't done a tree episode yet on our channel, but we probably will.
Yeah, I think it's overdue.
Yeah.
We need to do a tree episode.
Honestly, I think we need to do a tree VOD, like all the ways to get trees and like price them out. You want trees for $4? Here's what you do. You want trees for $8 each? Here's what you do. Right? Like that's what we should do. All right, I'm putting
trees
that.
on trees on trees.
But these look great. You do want forests in Age of Sigmar because they block line of sight. And quite frankly, unless you're using kind of large ruins or walls or rocks, nothing else quite does block line of sight in Age of Sigmar
Right.
as well as these. And you can even block line of sight. You can be in them and still have line of sight blocked. So they're pretty important.
And yeah, you're definitely gonna want some line of sight blocking with these new cities of Sigmar shooting
you're
guys.
Gonna get shot up. Okay, and then here we've got Vino.
Oh, cool. Hey, Dina.
Yeah, I think Vino is had enough of the coalesced Seraphon for now, and he's excited about some Karn.
Oh, cool. No, can't go wrong.
And I think this is Vino. Is this like do you use this in 40K as well? That's what's nice about
Demons, yeah.
demons. Yeah. Although I feel like they're always a mess, man. In both systems, I feel like they're always kind of a mess.
Yeah, they're never fully committed to one, are they?
It seems like it. It seems like they're a mess.
It seemed like a hot mess.
It seems like they're a total mess. Yeah. I want to super glue this guy on the base, but actually, I guess I won't yet. All right, so we're about out of time. I'm saying that fan stuff, by the way, awesome stuff, folks. Thank you as always.
Yes, thank you so much.
If you are somewhat new to the Discord, or if you're new to Hobby Collab in general, if you're new to Hobby Collab, go to Discord. Strongly recommend that. And if you're new to the Discord, Post your finished stuff and finished.
Hobby
Even if
finished?
you finished it a while back, please post
Yeah,
it. Because you're new to us, we want to see your painting. Molecule Cody says, have a good Sunday. Thank you. You have a good Sunday, Molecule, as well.
Yeah.
Definitely want to hear how you're painting those models. Next time we're on Hobby Chat together, I'm probably going to...
Yeah, I believe he mentioned before that he's using the Richard Gray stippling method, which is we should probably do an episode on it because, I mean, it's a great method and people should see how it's done.
I'm on board for that. But I guess my curiosity really was like, what... He posts like one marine at a time.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, what is his workflow? That's
Oh,
kind of what I'm curious about.
Yeah, let us know.
Okay, I'm gonna put this guy on a base and pass it over to you.
Okay,
How are you feeling about where you're at?
She could still use some work, but I think it's all right. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Not finished, definitely, but
Same here.
boop. There he is.
There's Food Bard Zach.
We'll give there he is. We'll give them each their own little close up.
So I've got some highlighting up on the cloth to do. Well, so I don't know that I'll actually do that on him.
There we go.
But the fact of the matter is that I need to gradient the yellow way more aggressively when I do these, which is something I can do. I've done it. I did it on the cloaks, the test cloaks I did for the Battle Mage a couple weeks back. So I can do that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I've just got some cleanup to do, and I got to do the pot and the spear and the boots.
Also, we have super chat, so we need to get to that. But while we're doing that, poop.
Oh my god, we're so bad about cursing today.
I haven't cursed yet.
Well, you never curse.
Yeah, that's right. I've never
You
cursed.
made that clear. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Was that John McCardle?
Yeah, John McCardle. Thank you for gifting 50 memberships.
That's
Really
insane.
awesome.
Thank you.
We super appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, please post up that thing that was in White Dwarf, the scout. I want to see that.
Oh yeah. I do too. And I'm very curious about what level White Dwarf we're on now. Okay. Bryce Kingman says special Nova episode Bartok and Cire.
Let me talk to Bartok.
Bartok is like close. He leads you into this false sense of like maybe being able to do some human things, but he won't. Like Cire could put him on the chair, start the stream, and he would actually sit for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then he would either start like screwing with things on the table, or he would lay down. You wouldn't be able to see him, or he would just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just be a gremlin and chew wires and.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. He wouldn't do that. Like
when you're around. When I'm around.
No, when you're around.
When I'm around, he's like, look, they're gonna blame you for this.
Did you see he came in here when we were gone? He was just sitting on the table.
Yeah, he came in here. He was sleeping on my. He used my wallet as a pillow. But anyway, yeah, this is where I'm at. Again, like not finished, obviously, but considering I thought the show started right now, and not 2 hours ago.
Good. Yeah. Although to be fair, it would be really good for right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Let's make sure.
John McCarver, thank you again for the gift of memberships. And I think we got through all of our super chats.
Okay, we did. Yeah, my Molecule, not Michael Cody.
Yeah.
Oh right, I just ruined the lighting. Hold on. There we go.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Is there anything else?
No, I don't think so. Discord, skin episode, Steam Tanks.
Steam Tanks are coming soon.
Grimdark Lunch tomorrow.
Skin episode, Grimdark Lunch, Mondays in the Mortal Realms tomorrow. And be on the lookout for some VOD drops, especially if you are a Lab Mandrill. There's a special video coming out
for the level 2 members.
All right. Folks, as we say, be kind to each other, be kind to yourselves, and always be creating. See you guys.
Bye.